Probably one of the biggest obstacles in front of our kids today regarding drug and alcohol use is the inaccurate and inappropriate information they get surrounding chemical use. I think we have a tendency in society today to kind of glorify what goes on around it, and I think we send kids mixed messages as we do that. I think we need to help kids understand, first of all and foremost, that it's against the law for them to be drinking.
I first tried marijuana when I was 9, and then I started using it regularly when I was 11.
Well, alcohol, I started using that probably, I was young, a kid, just for fun, you know, like about 9, we used to sneak into my mom's liquor cabinet, you know, and sneak and drink this and sneak and drink that, you know. But at 9 years old, we used to get a buzz and go straight to sleep, you know.
I started using drugs when I was 13 years old.
I started using marijuana at the age of 14, maybe just because I was curious.
I think we try to scare our kids into not using. And I just don't think that fear is anything other than a short-term deterrent when you're talking about trying to talk to a kid about not using drugs or alcohol.
I was getting into high school and I wanted to fit in with everybody and make friends and be loosed up, you know, more loose about things. Because I was pretty much the goody-goody when I was little, so.
I probably drink a little here and there ever since, you know, because I just started at a young age, I guess probably just trying to be grown, just trying to imitate, you know what I mean, adults or whatever.
Adolescence in itself is kind of like insanity. I think it's really kind of unrealistic for us to assume that a kid is going to know exactly what he wants to do at any given time. But I think that if we have open and empathetic lines of communication with our kids, and we are supportive of them and some of their choices, that we at least have some dialogue to try to reach some conclusions with our kids and help them kind of garner and do the things that they want to do as they grow up.
When we talk about people getting high, people get high for one reason and one reason alone, because it feels good. That's why people get high. Everybody that uses any type of chemical, whether it's beer, weed, marijuana, cocaine, heroin, they use it because it feels good. Now, we make up a whole lot of excuses when we're talking about getting high, about why we really use them. But basically, people use them because they feel good. You know, when they say you smoke marijuana and it helps you with cataracts, it helps your eyes, helps you be able to see. When you're smoking that weed, it doesn't really help your eyes. You're not able to see any better. You just don't care how your eyes feel anymore. See, that's a medical fact. You just don't care how your eyes feel anymore. And if you really know anything about marijuana, it actually dulls the motor skills. It distorts them. So if motor skills, it dulls your motor skills, then how could you possibly be able to see any better? You can't see any better. You think that you see better, but the truth of the matter is you see a little worse. But basically, people use chemicals because it feels good. And when we make up all those excuses that we talk about why we use them, we're not really doing anything but trying to fool ourselves. Basically, people use them because they feel good. In fact, if we had to take a look at what getting high was really all about, I don't think there's a person in here that could deny that getting high is the pursuit of pleasure. Am I right? Mm-hmm. We use them because they make us feel good. Anybody that uses them, that's the reason that they use them. People use them because they feel good. It's all about the pursuit of pleasure. And I don't think, again, anybody in here would have any trouble getting to that. We use them because it makes us feel good. But there's another side to using and getting high that people don't understand. And it's the side that always causes all the trouble in his life. This is only about 1/2 of what goes on. Yeah, we put the joint in our mouth and we smoke it, and we feel pretty good after that. We eat a lot of things. Music sounds pretty good. Yeah. But it's the pursuit of pleasure with loss of freedom. And if you're talking about freedom in its essence, I'm talking about freedom which way we want our lives to go. See, we promise ourselves that we're not going to smoke weed till Friday, and then all of a sudden Wednesday becomes Friday. We start smoking on Wednesday. Or we say that we're not going to spend but $20 on the bag, and we end up spending $50 on the bag. Or we promised ourselves that we wasn't going to do something, and we look up that we're doing something that we promised we weren't going to do. Not because we really wanted to do it, because truth of the matter is, I only actually intended on spending $20 on a bag of weed. But when I got to the weed house and they told me they had the bomb in there, then all of a sudden I wanted the bomb. So I spent 50 instead of 20. See, you lose the ability to choose which direction you want your life to go in. And that's where the problem lies with getting high.